one of the reasons I thought Chicago was going to be a better spot for you. That rookie year, you had a ton of veteran players who had been through so many battles. Joakim Noah, Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler was just getting into his zone. We all know who the type of player that Jimmy Butler is now. Talk about that rookie experience, kind of being, you're kind of allowed to be a rookie in a sense because you know that those guys were going to teach you and it was a learning experience and you didn't have to really like step into a kind of like a bad situation where all eyes were on you and you were the cornerstone that was supposed to shape the entire franchise.
Right. Yeah, that was huge. I learned so much from those guys. Jimmy's work ethic, just Joakim's fire, Kirk Heinrich, Mike Dunleavy, just great vets that I still talk to. And, obviously it didn't go the way I wanted to there. Necessarily, obviously having Fred was great. My second year was able to, establish some rhythm and some confidence and just, he really put me in a great spot. And I learned a lot from Tibbs too. Just work ethic, just showing up on time, doing your job. And, he doesn't really play rookies anyway. So it was kind of a learning year for me. And happened to be around a lot of good players. So I think if that wouldn't happen, I don't think I'd still be in the NBA. I think I learned so much from all those guys. And it's fun to look back on.
There's an interview that Jimmy Butler has with Chris Hayes, and he talks about, like the competitive nature of those Bulls practices, which you were a part of that rookie year, especially how guys were going at each other, they were talking to each other, and it kind of shaped him and molded him into the player that he is now, which is why, he's not everybody's cup of tea. What was your kind of interactions with that team? Obviously, you're a rookie coming in, you're expected to make mistakes, but guys are definitely going to let you know about it because they want the betterment of the team to be a very sound defensive team that is also going to take advantage of things offensively.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy is one of those guys that he's gonna tell you how he sees it, and there's no sugarcoating anything. And sometimes that's hard on guys. It's not for everyone. And I think I got really close with him there my first 2 or 3 years, and he let me train with him a little bit in the off season. And I remember he got offered like a $40 million contract or something, and he said no. And I was like, "Are you crazy, man?" He said, "Just watch."
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. And then fast forward a year later, he's getting 100. So I'm like, This guy just, he's a product. I mean, he's just an example of just hard work, man. He is all work. He's got so much better. And now you see him thriving in Miami. And, I'm really happy for Jimmy because he's gone through a lot, in his life. And just to see him being able to have that stage in the finals was really cool. Obviously, at the expense of us, sweeping us was not. I wish that would have happened, obviously. But seeing him, how far he's gone in his career is it's been pretty cool.
Another reason why I thought Chicago was a better fit for you was for my own selfish reasons, being able to drive down every once in a while, catch up with you, see how you're doing. One of my favorite experiences with you is watching you throw that first pitch at the White Sox game right after you got drafted. Was that kind of like your, whoa, I'm really in the NBA, like I'm on the mound at a baseball game throwing the first pitch?
Yeah, that was crazy, man. Uh, Obviously, I was so nervous. Like I was so nervous. I'm like, don't fuck this up. Don't just get it across home plate. Get it across home plate. And I happened to, and that was just so much fun having you guys there. And we had some fun nights in Chicago. That's for sure. That's a great city to be in. Right out of college, and it's such a fun time.
Gregory Shanika was there, Nick was there, your mom, your sister were there, just a bunch of us were there, and I honestly remember being like, Doug, I swear to God, if you don't throw a strike, I thought you were gonna throw it 98 miles an hour straight down the middle for sure.
I remember we were getting the outfit ready. We were trying to coordinate the Jordans with the jersey. We were trying to get the right jeans, and it ended up being pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So you go from Chicago to New York, if I'm not mistaken. So you spoke about, when you came back for senior year, realizing that we were moving to the Big East, how playing in Madison Square was one to accomplish that senior year, but now all of a sudden you're in New York, Nick, and it's your home court. What did that feel like, just walking into the Mecca really every day, in such a historic arena, which for us basketball fans and basketball players, it means the world to us. What was it like being a part of that organization for that time? and what were your experiences with it?
Man, it was so much fun, man. I think those are some of my favorite basketball memories was being on the Knicks. Not just because the Garden and all that, but just living in New York City and the teammates I had there were awesome. You know, it was kind of a random group of guys, but we got along so well. We did everything together. You know, we actually had a pretty good team to start the year, and just Porzingis got hurt. But just being a part of the Knicks, I know they have a bad rep, but it's actually a very good organization. They've had a lot of bad luck, and you know, I obviously wish them the best with Tibbs now. But just walking out on that court, you just never take it for granted. You know, and a lot of times in the NBA, you're kind of tired, and you know, you just got in at 2 or 3 a.m., so you don't have the motivation as much. But when you walk into that floor and see those bright lights with all the crazy Knicks fans chasing after your car after the game, just cool stuff like that. It's unbelievable. I'm so glad I got to experience that.
You're also a part of a pretty historic team. You were Russell Westbrook's teammate the year that you won MVP, triple double machine. Honestly, I think he's a guy that gets a bad rep from like the media and stuff like that personally. But talk about just kind of being his teammate during that year. You know, seeing him grind day in and day out, doing what he does and helping secure a playoff spot for OKC in a year after KD leaves.
Man, it was so cool. Like I said, I mean, I was kind of nervous, you know, walking into the locker room with, you know, Mr. Triple Double MVP candidate, and he was just the nicest guy ever. One of the best humans I've ever been around. Just a really good guy, always looking out for you. And you know, got a chance to hang out with him a bunch in the bubble in Orlando, and you know, he's one of my favorite teammates I've had. And we all wanted him to get that record so bad. We were kind of getting out of the way for rebounds, trying to let him get his triple doubles, and you know, you feel some pressure on those shots when he throws it to you because you want to make it so bad for him. And you know, I'm so happy for Russ, obviously winning that year on the MVP, and to be a part of that was so cool, man.